Hi, hello. Welcome to Common Man's Cricket Show. This show is for common man to express their thoughts about the cricket. We have our panelists today, Prasanna and Rajesh. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Puneet.
And
Hey, thank you, Puneet.
we are here to talk about IPL retention. So, let's dive into that. First, we are considering RCB and LSG. Let's talk about RCB first, then we'll go about LSG. When it comes to RCB, the first slot is 18 crore. Definitely, that will be King Kohli. Any disagreement on that?
Not at all.
No doubts.
Yeah. Let's talk about the another slots. Prasanna, what do you think about next slot? Should RCB go for 14 crore and 11 crore, or what are your thoughts?
My thoughts for this year RCB is to go all guns blazing because I need that starting right away from the options. It needs to boil down from the leadership, from the ownership to the captain, to the leadership of the team, and then to the team in the field. So it starts right from the options, and I want them to go all guns out. So my second retention would be Maxi for 14 crores. I'll
14.
explain why. I'll explain why later.
Okay.
Maybe not in this part because it might take some time. So yeah, 14 for Maxi.
14 crore. It's like interesting.
Yes.
Rajesh, do you have anything about second slot?
Yeah, I was also thinking Maxi. It was actually between Maxi and Cameron Green. My actual preference would have been Cameron Green, provided he had a full season. But just yesterday we got to know that he's going through a surgery, so his availability is a question right now. So yeah, that also tips the edge towards Maxi for me.
For me, like, I mean, as for me, like for RCB, there is no one like will suit for 14 crore. I mean to say why I'm telling is that. So we have Maxwell. Last time he went for 11 crores. Duplessis 7 crore. Patidar just for 50 lakhs, and Will Jacks is 3.2. So the thing is like we can go for RTM with all these players, but when it comes to 14 crore, I mean RCB can think of saving some money with only one retention along with all these RTMs. How about Shiraj? Why we are not giving him 14 crores?
Yeah, I was about to go for him on the third slot. That is for the 11 crores because he definitely deserves it. The reason why I went for Maxwell is right now, as you know, the purse has been increased for all the teams, and definitely Maxwell, if he comes into the auction, will definitely fetch more than 14 crores. Is what I feel because regardless of his performance, if you have seen his auction price, his history, there have been numerous bidders for him fighting, to get him in the team, and it took a lot of effort for us to get him to our team. Yeah, he didn't perform last year as we expected him to, but he's a valuable asset. He's a match winner. He's a tournament winner. He's not just a match winner. He's a tournament winner. So you cannot put down a tournament winner. And 14 crores is definitely deserving for him. If you let him out, he's gonna go for 18-20 crores. That's for sure because with the new purse of 120 crores, people are gonna go all guns blazing. They're gonna have only two or three retentions. They're gonna do six right to match, which we have right now, and they're going to have a lot of big purse. And we know what big purse could do and what owners like Priti Zinta and LSG owners could do in an auction having a fat purse, which we don't want for Maxwell. That's the reason why I went for Maxwell at 14 crores.
I don't think like I bet to disagree with Maxwell go for big money this time because when it comes to I mean when you mentioned about Preeti Zinta because I don't think because Punjab will go for Maxwell because already is part of that and he came out from the Punjab team. Uh, for me, like 14 crore will be like more for Maxwell. That's what, particularly considering last IPL, whatever performance, and this is like mega action again. So yeah, maybe he will like. Why I mentioned about Mohammad Siraj is like the one thing we missed is not retaining Yuzvendra Chahal. He was like more of RCB and that time when I was part of the RCB team. But when we like lose him, that time the link between the spinner and the RCB completely gone. So he's like more honest to the team. Mohammad Siraj, I feel like I can go with 14 crore for him. Yeah. So
Yeah.
other things like we have Ferguson, yes, Dayal went for 5 crore, all of that. But I feel like nobody's there for 14 crore. If we break 14 crore thing, then definitely RCB will go for 11 crore as well. So yeah, do you have any choice for 11 crore?
Yeah. So my retention list, my wish list for retentions goes like this. So it's like three retentions: Virat at 18,
Mm-hmm.
Maxwell at 14, Siraj at
Mm-hmm.
11, and there is one uncapped which we can go for, which is Yash Dayal. So totaling to 47 crores. So we will have remaining 73 crores, which is a lot of money going into the auction. I'm targeting this 47-73 for almost all the teams because that looks a good number. When you have spent 47 crores, you have
Mm-hmm.
three superstars in your team and one superstar uncapped player in your team. That's how I see this auction might go into an interesting phase where many teams might have a lot of money and also good players already retained. So with 73 crores, what we can do with right to match is first retention right to match will definitely be Rajat, second will be Will Jacks. So no matter how much they go for, we will take the RTM card. So these two will definitely come back to us. And Green, I will go for Green in right to match, but because of the injury concerns which Rajesh said, we'll have to let him go if that's the case. With respect to Faf, I'm I'm still holding him close to chest because he's been special for us. But if you're going to go for KL, I'll let Faf go. So that's a tough decision. But if we are going to go for KL, I'll take KL in wicketkeeper, batsman, opener, our own Hudga. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him at any cost. We're gonna let Faf go. So this is my overall scenario of how RCB, what I would want RCB to do. So that's all because this gives confidence. This gives confidence for the entire leadership and the team to go all guns.
Yeah, definitely. With respect to uncapped player, RCB got advantage of SDR because
Yeah,
he's not part of New Zealand squad. So it's like very clear that he will be uncapped till October 31st.
yeah.
Uh, Rajesh, what is your list of retention for RCB?
I had a pretty similar list, but the only thing is I couldn't fit Faf in. I as much as I wanted to, just like Prasanna said, I couldn't fit Faf in. It is probably my second RTM over Wiljax. So yeah, Wiljax is good, has been good, but I would still prefer Faf because he's been good with us. So I might want to retain that captaincy, that leadership role, and that is the very reason why I wanted Maxwell and the team as well because of all the seasons he's had in IPL, he's done well for RCB, and he took up that responsibility as soon as he stepped into the dressing room. There, we could see that in all the backroom videos, right? He was there. He was up there with Virat Kohli, taking responsibility of the team, guiding them in every aspect. So that sort of connection is what you would expect with the fans, with the team, is what I would want to see for any player who plays for the team that I support. And Maxi fits that role perfectly. So that was pretty much my reason why I wanted Maxi in the team, and it's the same is the case with Faf as well. He's been the leader, uh, even though there were a lot of questions of how or whether he'll be loyal to RCB when he's from CSK and all. But he's proved all of us wrong. He's done really exceptionally well. So I would want Faf anytime over Will Jacks. Will Jacks is goodbye, but Faf still. And I don't think Kale is coming back. I mean, any sane. If I were the owner, I'm not. But if I were the owner, I would never let Kale go. It doesn't make any sense to me, even though the rumors are there. I don't think it's going to happen. So when it comes to LSG, we'll talk about it. But yeah, my retention is everything what Prasanna said, except I'll keep Faf over Will Jacks. That's it.
Yeah, that's a very
Sure.
interesting discussion which we'll save it for future when LSG comes into picture. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me, like I will go with only one retention with Virat Kohli 18 crore and one uncapped is SDR 4 crore. So like 22 crores, I will have it 98 crores. We can,
See,
allocate.
I have to ask you that question in that case. For all these years, the problem with RCB has been that they have not maintained a core team. And
Yeah.
it's always been a case of starting fresh. And by the time the team, the core team, all gels up together, the mega auction is already there. So don't you think that's a concern for, I mean, it's been a pattern with RCB that, they've not retained, they've not invested in players that they have, I mean, they have already connected with. uh, how do you not see that as a problem, and you still go with the same approach of having a big purse over the familiar teams?
Yeah, well, like I was coming for that because when I mentioned about having 98 crores with like in the percent, we can go for anyone. Like as a core, I don't think Green they will go for Green because of the injury concern again. Then definitely I want Will Jacks, Siraj. I mean, Esdale is like already retained. I mean, in my point of view. Then definitely, I want Maxwell, but my point is that he will not go for 14 crore. That's what my point is. So other than that, even I'm looking for Prabhu Desai. Like he is like he was like gun fielder I for me. And definitely someone like Swapnil Singh. um those are like the core. Still RCB wanted to have them back, but why I'm telling not retaining for 14 crore and 11 crore, somewhere they can save money. I mean, they can go for someone like again. The point is the bowling will be always weak for RCB. That's what we are seeing. They can save some 4 5 crores and they can put someone like high profile bowler. They can get it. That's what my point is. But when it comes to core team, definitely some of like 5 to 6 player. Definitely we wanted to retain, whether from RTM or like just by action wise.
The
Again, the
interesting
problem
thing.
with that is
Yeah.
I mean, the option of retaining the player is available for all the teams, which means you are already risking all the marquee players, or all the performing players to be out of that pool, right? Out of your auction pool. So you are still left with probable players who are potentially being targeted by other teams, or you have to settle down to folks that have not performed to that extent or expected extent. Which again, the cycle repeats. There probably there are a couple of new finds that you'll probably get through every auction, but the chances of you getting them, unless you have scouted and you've made sure that you will find them, the chances of finding a team that will start performing from day one is very less, as evident as we've seen it. So that's one thing that I just wanted to find out your thought process on. Anyways, I think let's talk about LSG. I think these things will have a different uh, call for that, I suppose. But interesting thoughts there. So
Yeah.
let's bring back to that one sometime later.
Correct. Correct. That's an interesting thought over there. Not denying that. That's a very interesting thought. I just wanted to add one point alone to what Rajesh mentioned, because in cricket we play cricket every weekend. Right? We play a lot of cricket. So very important thing in cricket is, I would like to quote Mr. Gavaskar, even though I don't like a lot of things that he says. There are two beautiful quotes which he said in the past, which I closely relate with when every weekend I play. So in cricket, the greatest battles are won in mind before they are won in the field. That's what he said first, because cricket is a game of confidence. Once when a team is not confident, they are not going to win the game. And the second quote, what he said is, a confidence is contagious. Okay, a confidence team is a dangerous team. We have seen what our test team achieved in the last 8 years when Virat was captain. Even though we didn't have the world champions, we had players who could potentially be world champions, and we backed them. So only when we back players, they get confidence, and confidence is contagious. And when we get the confident team segregated and then grouped together with talented individuals, that becomes a dangerous team. So that's why I strongly support or believe that we need to back players. We don't want to give them the impression that we don't back you enough. We have just let you go, or we have got you back in the right match. We just want to let our superstars know that you are our first priority. You're gonna win us the title. You're gonna be our first priority. So that's what I want our team to do to our superstars. And also, for the people who we are getting in the right to match, we are always going to tell them that no matter what happens, no matter even if you're going for 20 crores, we are going to get you back. So even the right to match players who are going out, which I mentioned earlier, they're going to have that confidence coming back in and forming the core group of the team.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting. I understand that core team, how that will be effective. But the only thing why I'm calling this out is like, one is we will tell that like players how much you go, I mean, how much far you go, we will take you back. But the thing is, when you suppose, for example, I will take Duplessis. I don't think again he will go more than 14 crore, because how many teams are looking for Flash Duplessis? I don't like. I mean, if you see action dynamics, like the one, this is for mega action, they will be looking for 3 years. Duplessis is already like 40 years old, and these are the thoughts. Like when I go through this, so I feel having more purse value than retaining some player will be better. Okay,
Yeah.
it will be interesting. Like we will see that on October 31st is the deadline for submitting all the retention player list. So yeah, it will be definitely interesting. And one more point we wanted to talk about, who will be the captain of RCB. Yeah, that we can take it later. I mean, in the next coming shows. So now let's talk about LSG. Prasanna, go over.
Yeah, I'll go ahead with the same 47-73 rule over LSG also. 47 crores in retentions, 73 in purse. So my retentions of LSG would be Decock first, Puran second, Stoin is third. So these three are the main retentions, and
So
Badoni is the uncapped. Ayush Badoni is the uncapped for 4 crores, because we have Mohsin Khan, we have Ravi Vishnoy and Mayank Yadav who are already capped, so we cannot do right to match for them, at least not for 14 and 18 crores. So we have to do right to match for Mayank Yadav and Ravi Vishnoy
you
and
are
Mohsin.
already decided that K will come out from
KL is
LSG.
coming out. I'm telling you, the feud that happened. It's not just rumors, okay? It's not. It's insider reports. It's more than insider reports. It's a behavior you can see it very evidently. He's coming out. I even
How
Rohit can patch up with MI, but not KL with LSD is my strong opinion. And if he's coming back to us. That's the strong feel I have right now.
how
I
about
don't know.
last meeting with Rahul and LSG owner?
Those that
That
was for patch up. Okay, that was for patch up arranged by, I don't know. I think it was arranged by Sunil Shetty in collaboration with LSG owners. Is what I read a lot, and it was not just rumors. It was some inside reports. Inside reports
Mhm.
are real driven, but I still believe few of them, because few of them actually turned out to be true in the past. So I strongly believe KL is coming out. So my three is Decock, Puran, Stoinis, uncapped is Badani. So 47 spent, 73 solid we have in purse. And the best part about the 73 is they can get Mayank Yadav, Ravi Bishnoi not for cheap. I mean, they won't go like 10-15 crores. So they will have solid six already with just 50-60 crores sprint.
Yeah, I mean, LSD for me, it's like looks straightforward. So we
Yeah,
have Puran, Rahul, Ayush Badani. I mean, the performers I'm talking about. We have Deepak Huda, Mark Steiners, Ravi Bishnoi. So yeah, when you see like the slots wise, if KL Rahul got retained by LSG, he will definitely go for 18. Then Puran is like 14, and Stoinis is 11. Definitely, yeah. As you mentioned, Ayush Badani will be the uncapped player for 14. Sorry, 4 crores.
4 crores.
So this is like straight for me, straightforward. Rajesh.
Yeah, I think KL is not going anywhere. I'm simply
Yeah,
okay. This
yeah,
is my thought process, right?
yeah,
So let's assume that as the team owner, there is a very public feud, and you've taken your captain out because of that. Now, which person would want to work with you? I don't know. I mean, personally, I would really do not. Even though if it is just for the money's sake, it's eventually going to come down to this altercation some way, one or the other way. At least that would be running in back of my mind. So I would never be want to be in that sort of an environment. And for that particular sake, even if the LSG owner doesn't want it, I'd still think the same thing would be to retain Kale. There is no question about that. So for me, rumors or not, he has to keep Kale, one of the best finds that India has gotten in a long, long time. I would never want him to be, as an RCB fan, it was already a painful thing for me to watch him play for some other team. And for somebody else to do the same thing, I can't imagine. So he's my first, person who gets retained there. And following that, there is Quinton de Kock for 14 crores and Nicholas Puran for 11. And the uncapped player is going to be, of course, Ayush Batoni. Could be Motion Khan as well. He's one of good, but I think Ayush Badani is the obvious choice. And for the RTM, I believe it's going to be difficult for them because Ravi Bishnoi has done well, not just with the ball. He's grabbed some great catches, the catches of tournament and stuff. So a gun fielder like that over Mayank Yadav, who's got the pace but is susceptible to injury. I don't know how they'll choose between them, but yeah, I think because Bishnoi is a leg spinner, I would probably RTM him over
Yeah,
Interesting that
Mayank Yadav.
you both left out Decock.
No,
yeah,
Decock is my second choice. For me, after KL, it's Decock and then Nicholas.
Got it.
Marcus Stoinis is the one I left out.
Yeah.
But if you have seen CPL now, both Nicholas Puran and Decock were in a great touch. And form over. Uh, Again, Stoinis is a ace player, but it's just that these two are lefties always and aggressive ones. They performed well as well, so I choose them.
yeah. One thought in that is, when it comes to captaincy, always there is a, like, if you see LSG owner, there he was a, owner of other team when he made Dhoni to sit and make Steve Smith as a
Yeah,
captain.
Yeah.
Because of that, there is a chance maybe KL Rahul can come out, because when they say Puran will be our
Yeah.
next captain, maybe the Rahul, like if you see last 5 6 years, he's like always in the captain for whatever team he represented. So that
Correct.
is one thing. Yeah, like if LSG owner is agreeing for captaincy as well as whatever the first slot,
See,
then maybe Rahul can continue.
exactly my point too, because I agree with Rajesh's point, but with respect to IPL, right, these emotions, these fair things doesn't come into play because MI let out a generational talent out just for Hardik Pandya for whatever reasons they had, okay, and then they shamelessly welcomed him in the wedding and then had to shed crocodile tears in front of him as a sign of apology. Okay, how bad it was. How bad it was of Nita. How bad it was of Nita to do now to shed crocodile tears after he won T20 World Cup. So these emotions, these fair checks doesn't come into picture in business. Okay, and Harsh Goenka is a rigid businessman, rigid, very solid, rigid businessman. He doesn't care about anything. He doesn't care about the sport itself. He doesn't care about the team dynamics as far as we have seen in the public space. Forget about private space. So that's why I strongly feel even if it was Vijay Malaya, I wouldn't have felt this much. If it's since because it's Goenka, I strongly feel it's coming out because he just runs it like a business. So yeah, that's how it
I
is.
heard that
that
Vijay
I
Mallya
mean, no
always.
complaints if it does happen. No,
Yeah,
if he comes back to RCB, I think that's the best thing that can happen to RCB.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So even the recent video in, someone asked Dinesh Karthik that you want to see Virat Kohli lifting the trophy or KL Rahul. He answered that definitely I want Virat Kohli to lift the cup along with KL Rahul. There is a slight always the team wanted
Yeah.
KL Rahul back into the RCB.
So see the 2016 scars. You saw Virat speaking about it every time when a 2016 final is being played. He gets a message from KL. KL hasn't left RCB mentally. KL is pretty much an RCBN more than anyone who's already an RCBN inside. So that's why I want him to lead. I want him to win. I want that redemption arc. Just like how Team India did it with our Rahul. I want Virat to do to this Rahul to call back that Rahul. Rohit did a right call and it worked. Finally, Rahul was celebrated. I want this Rahul to come back in Karnataka, get it for us. That would be the
In that case,
ideal touch. That would be the ideal touch. I definitely wouldn't mind Virat. and KL retiring right after that, no one would mind. It would be the fairy tale ever, and I wouldn't mind at all. And that's what I wanted to happen.
Yeah, you brought Rahul Dravid, so I have one point. If KL Rahul comes to the action, there will be like definitely some bidding from RR as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Now
for sure.
that Rahul Dravid is the coach there,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that that's going to happen as well.
yeah.
So if it does come back to auction, I think his price is going to be pretty high. Uh,
Yeah.
so I don't know how the auction dynamics actually works. From what we are seeing, RCB does go, big with the players they tend to they are interested, they're targeting, right? So unless you open the cards now that we can think that he's a targeted player, the dynamics around other team would be to raise his price. So even if what you say is true, the chances of him coming back to RCB seems thin,
Very.
provided they play very cleverly. Maybe trade. I don't know how the trade works as well. That was the initial rumor as well. They are going to trade in Kale, which we never heard of. So unless something like that happens, him coming back to RCB is a very very thin chance.
One chance. Agreed. Agreed on the auction part because it's going to take a dent on uppers because he's definitely going to go above 15 for sure, bare minimum. Because they don't go around 20 for batsmen as far as we have seen. We have seen only bowlers, that two foreign bowlers going for above 18 and 20 so far. So he might go for around 15, 17 if he's coming into the auctions. But again, that again will take a dent. But I would any day let go of Green, who's I think at 17 right now for us, and take in KL any day as an opener and captain.
Yeah. So I mean, uh, even though we are talking about LSG, we are going back to RCB. That's what
Yeah,
that that's what the combination why we made RCB and LSG today, because
We are potentially
there is
talking about our captain.
exactly.
there is a connection between RCB and LSG because of KL Rahul. So
Dude, don't even think that LSG won't make that call. CSK let go of Faf, who was their top run scorer of the tournament. Don't even think that these teams would do anything for their business purpose. So anything can happen. I'm
So
very optimistic.
I did always have this question, right? I mean, this is again off topic, but I always wonder if there is a say from the player's perspective as well. Let's assume that the LSG does want to retain KL. Does KL want to stay back because of that all that drama that happened last time in the ground? Would he want to stay back? Does he have a say on whether he wants to stay or whether he wants to come back to the auction pool? So I don't know how that works. That also probably would play a part if it does have a say.
I don't think he would have a say. I don't think any player has a say apart from maybe MS and to an extent Virat. I don't have even no even Rohit Sharma doesn't have a say. So what else do you expect from KL to Ash Goenka? I don't think he'll have a say. He might express his opinion that he wants to stay and redeem himself, but I don't think he can say that I'm gonna stay and you're gonna retain. Only MS has, and to an extent Virat has. That's it.
Hmm, probably.
Yeah.
okay, it's bring us to our closing this retention list about RCB and LSG. In the next, we'll talk about other teams by taking like whatever the retention list, and uh, as going we can discuss about the rules as well, how retention rules, suppose uncapped, we'll talk about how can MST can become uncapped, all of that in the future um, calls. So now like anyone can be part of this discussion. So if you want to be, I mean, I'm talking about the others, like if they want to part of this show, they can send us an email. The email will be tagged below, so you can send a message saying that you want to be part of this panelist. We will allocate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you, Prasanna.
Good talking, guys. Nice discussion.
Nice meeting all. Nice discussion. Went in a jiffy.
Yeah.